Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Casts, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 136. Coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, or YouTube itself. What up, world? I just watched Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. It is not a prequel to Mad Max. It's a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. This is basically the Charlize Theron character origin story, played by Anya Taylor-Joy. And Chris Hemsworth is in this. Tom Burke, Nathan Jones, Josh Hellman, and is directed by George Miller. He's directed every movie in the Mad Max saga, and he's directed Happy Feet, Lorenzo's Oil, with 3,000 Years of Longing. Is that the Genie movie with Idris Elba? Babe, Pig in the City. As I said, this is the Furiosa origin story. And we learn how she gets to be the badass that Max ended up helping on the Fury Road, living and dying and living again, and remembering her, and Valhalla, and all this wasteland jargon. And the story is interesting enough. I don't want to give any plot points away. And the trailers did enough of that anyway. Just Anya Taylor-Joy is great as this character. I think we all 9 years and 9 days ago wanted Charlize Theron to do the prequel, but if anybody could have filled those boots, I wasn't paying attention to her feet. I'm not Quentin Tarantino. It's Anya Taylor-Joy, especially when the hair comes off. It's just dope. She's a badass. You just learn different things that you saw in Fury Road. You see them play out in this movie. And I feel like, even in the trailers, like me and my guys were talking about it, this movie may have created some Fury Road continuity errors, but that's for the podcast and the spoiler discussion that shall be had soon. Antagonist Chris Hemsworth is pretty great. He plays Dementis. And see, like, I wanted references to the original 3 movies, like Bartertown. That's where Thunderdome is, right? They're talking about what's it called? The Citadel, where Immortan Joe is. There's Bullet Town, there's Gas Town, there's all these like different places, and you know, supply and demand, import, export, trade, and all of this. But there's none of that. It's just, it would have been cool to get like a Lord Humongous reference, a Auntie reference. Like I said, Bartertown, Thunderdome, something. Like, I feel like George Miller went, 30 years without doing a Mad Max movie? So, like, these 2 new Mad Max movies, like, I feel like he's separating them from the first 3, which is whack to me. Cause, like, supposedly The Road Warrior is 3 years after the original. Thunderdome is 15 years before that. And then we don't get a duration of time, but Fury Road, I originally heard Fury Road was before Thunderdome, but then I also read that Fury Road is after Thunderdome. But when Max has the flashes of the kids at the beginning, I thought those were kids from Thunderdome. Again, like, the Furiosa specific detail, like, I don't want to get into. This is definitely worth the watch. Like, you see how much I was looking forward to this shit. It just, I think this is like the 3rd best movie in the franchise. Furiosa specifically, I don't think is better than Fury Road or Road Warrior. I'll put it over the original. I'll put it over Thunderdome. I think it's worth the watch for the lead performances, for the story itself, because even if there are continuity errors, it's still cool to see like the scene stealing character get their own story and see how they became that scene stealing character. I hope we get more movies from this universe, whether it's a Furiosa sequel, whether we get a Furiosa specific movie after Fury Road, that would be fire. Another Mad Max movie, obviously after Fury Road, would be fire. And it's like, once Venom 3 is completely done, Warner Brothers, George Miller, somebody needs to like holler at Tom Hardy, like, hey, let's go do another one. Fans would love it. Fans would eat that shit up. So with all that being said, I will say that in my opinion, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, was dope. What you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between. Let me know. I recently put up reviews for The Strangers, Chapter 1, for If, weekend before that, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, upcoming, a review for the Garfield movie. And that's it for May. As I said, Reckley Podcast, maybe the last one for a while. We're going to do a Mad Max franchise discussion, a lot of Furiosa spoiler talk. So if you've seen the movie, check it out, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.